How long are you willing to commit to our family? We're looking for a nanny that will commit to our family for 5 to 10 years. Have you ever heard this during one of your nanny interviews and been unsure about how to answer? Today, we're going to go over the best way to answer this question. If we haven't met before, I'm Michelle Kelsey, founder of the Nanny Solution by Nannies on Call. I bring you videos to educate and inspire you to get better jobs and make more money. Let's get right into this topic today. This is a challenging one that we hear parents ask us at the agency, how long is the nanny willing to commit? And we hear from nannies after their interviews. Often when nannies answer this question wrong, they don't get hired. So let's go over what some nannies say and how they could do better. First of all, this is a really unfair question. It's an unfair question in any industry. We have no idea what the future is going to hold, and asking someone to commit for 5, 10 years is absolutely insane to a job. The family doesn't know, first of all, what they're going to be doing in 5 to 10 years. Maybe their jobs change, they move, they have another child, something happens in their family. They don't know what's going to happen in 5 to 10 years. And as a nanny, there's no way you could know the future's going to hold in 5 to 10 years. Maybe you plan on being a nanny for 10 years and that changes. Maybe you have a baby. Maybe you open your own childcare center. Who knows? We just don't know. We have plans, but that doesn't mean that's how it's going to turn out. Often when nannies are asked this question, how long can you commit to our family for, or can you commit for 5 to 10 years? Then nannies answer something like, well, I'm not really sure. I might want to go back to school in the future. I'm thinking about having a baby. I really want to open my own daycare. And all parents hear is, this nanny is going to leave me. It doesn't matter that you might not plan to go back to school for 5 years, or you're not even sure, or you haven't even registered or looked at the courses. That doesn't matter to them. All they hear is you're not going to commit. The best way to answer this question is to be vague, yet kind of specific, so you give the family what they want to hear. And the answer goes something like this. I'm looking for permanent work and a family that I can grow with. I'm willing to stay at a job long-term as long as I'm happy and there's a suitable arrangement for both parties. That's all you need to say. No elaboration about your dreams of going back to school or opening a daycare or starting a family. Right now, the most important thing is you are looking for a job that you're willing to stay with. Now, I have a small side note to this. If you're going back to school in 4 months, so it's October now, if your plan is to go back to school in January or next September, I do feel it's fair to share that information with the family. They're looking for long-term because they want someone who's going to stay with their family and they're not going to have to look for a nanny again. It's really hard to find a nanny you connect with, as equally as hard to find a family that you connect with. So don't lead families astray if you do have plans within the next year. If the plans are outside the next year, then it is fair to say you're looking for long-term commitment because you don't have any plans and they're not finalized, they're not firm. That's my one small star, to be fair and transparent if you do actually have plans within the next year. Although I understand why families want nannies to stay long-term and grow with their family and develop and help raise the children, I really do understand this. Asking nannies to stay 5 to 10 years when you've just met for an interview and barely know each other is unrealistic. Even in the corporate world where people make maybe 5-year commitments or longer, there are large bonuses for when they stay that long. And nannies are offered nothing for staying that long. The end goal is to find a great job with a family you love who you can stay with as long as you're happy and that they're happy with you. But to do that, you first have to get through the interview and impress them and make sure they understand that you are fully committed to this position and staying with the family as long as you're happy. Tell me down below if you've been asked this question and how you answered it. We'd love to hear from you. See you soon.